Alright, welcome. Welcome to a Saturday stream. Today is a special one, because today we are finally going over the new and improved World Edit Expression and Noise Function doc by Zeranny and Eztak, I think that's how you say that, Red. So yeah, you want to check either of them out, of course. I have not actually checked out any of their stuff, so be interesting to see some of their stuff. Yeah, cool stuff. I like the dome. That looks like they might have used some noise functions to make that. All right. Let me not forget to click on this. There we go. Okay. So we got a lot to go over. But as per usual, can't forget go over some people's builds and stuff. All right. I think we need to scroll down a bit. Some of these look like reposts of things. Okay, yeah, we can. Oh, hey, look, there's that tree again. Interesting. All right. Ooh, that's cute. Little BMO. I like it. Very nice. Ooh. I like what's going on here. This has got a lot to look at. A lot of interesting stuff to look at, too. Very nice style. It all works together. Good stuff. Who's this by? Stan. With a bunch of numbers. I'll give that a like. It's pretty good. Leave that open for now. Ooh, that's cute. That is very cute. Little axolotl. Axolotl. A and O. Open or upper Asper. So I've ever heard of them before. Why is it not letting me click on this? There we go. That's a cute little castle. I like that. That's nice. I think it would kind of make sense if it had, or I mean maybe we can't see another wall that's like on the other side or something, but definitely needs another wall somewhere over there, I guess. Maybe we just can't see it. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. That's a cute little simple tree. I think that's made out of fences and, or not fences, slabs. Not slabs. Trapdoors, that's the one. Jeez. Took me a minute to get there, but we got there. Is this one of the, wonder what used to be, no. This looks like it's one of the competition ones, but this is just some good terrain. Well done. Wonder what used to be here. Me too. Kind of looks like a similar thing to, like a classic video game thing. I have not seen the new Puss in Boots movie yet. I need to do that. So as soon as it's not in theaters, I probably will do that. I know I'm doing a disservice to theaters for that one, but I did my service with Avatar, and that was enough for me. Yeah. And my girlfriend's not a big animation person, and I don't like going to movies by myself, so not really something I want to do. That's a nice circle. Good. If you put like different stained glass colors, if you could put different stained glass colors, that would be even more interesting. Don't think it would work very well with the trapdoors though, the iron ones. Nice overall look. Very London or whatever. That looks like an eyeball from a distance, but I can't tell what's going on. Is it gonna give me? Okay, I need whatever. Just I know it's like a cave or something there, but because it's got that little thing hanging in the middle there. Ooh. There's some pixely RT, but in this cloaked thing here, kind of reminds me of some interesting art that I've seen before. Ooh. Short clip I did for a video. Well, it's a nice looking tree and forest, I would say. Very atmospheric, it would seem. All right, let's. Yeah, we're almost to the end. What is this? Is this like baby sawhead? All right, we're almost there. I promise. That's a cute little hut. I wouldn't mind living in that. It's nice. Very well done. This has got some nice texturing going on. Some interesting looking trees. It's a lot of houses. Ole mole. I like these ones in the back here. These ones are nice looking. These ones are just squares. I don't know about those. those are pretty interesting, and those ones are okay. Again, those are just kind of squares with roofs. Um, I'm very judgmental of these because, I mean, they're meant to be packs and stuff. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you can do pretty interesting stuff with them still, so clearly they're useful. All right, I think we've looked at things today on that. Let's get to the meat and potatoes as it is. Okay, so let me close that and that. Yeah. As you just saw, we will be doing, of course, some stuff side to side, so we'll probably have to put them side to side like this. I hope that I can sort of keep my camera out of the way. I might end up putting my camera like in the middle, but we'll see. If I end up doing this little side to side thing, I'll probably end up putting my camera in the middle like that, but we'll see. For now, we can start by just looking at it. I mean, I'll probably end up doing quite a bit side-to-side stuff. Okay, so yeah, clearly they're just going over the versions and stuff. I still think that this should be 2.0 and these should be 1. But, I mean, that's just me. Just, this is actually the better way to name it, though, you know, the 0.0. It makes more sense. So, whatever. Anyway, as you can see, we got a lot of pages to go over here. This is just kind of going over everything. And we're going to start out with, looks like expressions, operations, and functions key, which is, yeah, still a lot to go over, actually. So the forward, I guess I'm not really going to read all this for you guys. All is a long guide. Don't be afraid. Page count. Yeah. So this is meant to be an ongoing reference, people, and yeah, I would definitely highly recommend to click this link to skip the key. We do not want to do that. We want to know all these symbols because these are going to be important later for sure. Especially with some of the more complex commands, it's good to know what's going on with them. Okay, so equals. And I guess we should start with this. These operations compare their operations and return 1 for true and 0 for false. So equals return true when the two values are equal. What is this bookmark here? Oh, okay, it's like showing an example. So replace equals y equals 65 glass. So it's saying you want to actually replace that 65 area with glass, I guess. So in command that, we can see the base example of how to use this coordinate values of the block to replace the blocks with the glass, whatever the y level is equal to 65. Or whenever, sorry. Just to reiterate, all other layers won't be filled because, for example, the blocks at the y level 66 will evaluate the expression 66 equals 65. So, which of course equals false, returns false. Yeah, okay. I guess that makes sense. So, saying you definitely want that to be 65, and not 66, or any other number essentially other than 65. Okay, since the selection is 16 blocks tall, we want to change the lower 8. We can do this by changing the command to replace whatever y is less than 65 plus 8. Okay, so now we have to actually start doing math. Ooh, scary, scary. I really need to turn back on my little oh my gosh, I forget what it's called, but I can do, like, you know, the Windows spacebar, and it brings up that little window thing to type things in. It's basically just the search bar, but you can move it around the screen. So 65 at 8. All right, so we could, of course, write 73, but it's easier to have 65 plus 8 if we decide later that we would like to change the first 4 layers instead. Oh, okay. So then instead of having to actually do the math and put the number in, you're just saying, here is the math, do it for me. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so this is what happens when you do that. And that essentially replaces less than 65 plus 8. So from 65 to, or plus 8 blocks. I get that. Okay. So this is basically just saying it paste block from 65, the layer 65, and then up 8 blocks from there. And if we actually try that, I guess, let's see if we can do this. So I'm not sure if I can just do any. I'm pretty sure I need to actually have the right numbers in there, so we need like -60 to start with. So if we do, let's just actually copy that because that's easier to do. Copy, ploppity. Okay. Why? Okay, I think this should be green or blue, but it's not. Okay. So I think that did my whole selection. So I think we need to do, yeah, -65 or -60, I mean, because that's where the bottom of our selection is. So if we do -60, yeah, now that's only +8. So you have to pay attention, of course, to where your selection is. So as you can see right here at the bottom, it says -60 for the Y value, and that's the lowest that we were, because -60 is actually lower than -41, because negative numbers are fun. So we needed to put -60 plus 8, and that only went from -60, and then we go up 1, 2, 3. Let's do 1. Let's do it this way on this. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I guess technically this includes as the 8th. So it's 65, and then technically +7, because 65 is the 8th number, I guess, in this. I didn't know that. All right, good to know, though, because it's technically that one +7, I guess, not really +8. If you include that one as the number. It's interesting. Right? Because, okay, so I'm curious. Now, if we do that same thing with that 73, it should be the same, right, in theory. So if I just go up higher than I need to, and we do that same thing, but this time we just put, wait, oh crap, we got to do the math for that. What is -60 plus 8 is, oh geez, no, -8, right? Because we want to go up the other way. Why does it not do the, okay, gosh dang, I just gotta bring up like Google or something. It's not working. -60 plus 8. I think I need to put brackets around the -60 or something. I don't know. Okay, well, why is it not doing things for me? Okay, -52. There we go. Jeez, thank you, Google. Okay, so we need to do -52. That's, I don't know why that was so hard for me to do, but yes, okay, essentially that is the same. So it is still, it just goes up to -52 is what that's saying, essentially. So -60 plus 8 is saying just go up to -52 from 65 or 60, -60. Jeez, I keep getting confused because this says 65. Of course, we're not. We're going from -60 technically instead of 65. We could though make this easier on us and probably a little bit more straightforward if I do this and we go up to 64, which is usually 64 is where the normal height is, I think, or at least that's where they're starting from, it would seem. So we just do set 1. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, and I'm just gonna copy this grid, even though it's technically not going to be a thing anymore. It'll be fine. So we just go boom. Let's get it from this corner over here. Okay, just gotta set it up real quick, and then we'll be good to go. I'm gonna go like a little bit in here. There. Okay, cool. Now we should be starting now from here. So 65, and if we go up, so now we don't have to worry about it being different than the doc says right now, at least. Our ground will be at 65, or where we start is where they start. So if we grab this and put it in from that selection we just did, it should be the exact same thing. Yeah, so okay, cool. And if we do, let's just do like +10, it should go up, yeah. So there we go. That's 10 blocks now. Oh, But yeah, no, we want to keep this side by side for now, actually, and I might move my camera to the middle so you guys can hopefully see it both better. Let me move it a little bit more into Minecraft, I guess, like that. Hopefully you can see. As long as it's not in the text there, you should be able to see it. All right, I could just turn my camera off, I guess, you know. Is that better? Did that leave the yeah, no, it should turn off the outline for it too. I think this is probably better to just turn my camera off. We'll see. Unless you guys really need to see me for some reason. Let me know. All right. Moving on. So we got now swapping it to greater than. So this is y equals, or y is less than 65 plus 8. And now this will be greater than 65 plus 8. And the equal, so greater than or equal to 65 plus 8. So it's saying greater than or equal to. I think that's why the equal needs to be there. Instead of it just being equal or less than 65 plus 8. Still very confusing math in my head to me, but we'll make sense of it, I guess. Essentially, this is going to put, I mean, from what we can see here, it's going to put a thing below it. I want to see if it overwrites it too and stuff here. So if we grab this command, which is essentially the opposite of what we just did. So it's going from down below, and this will be, let me just do what it said. Okay, so that, our selection is bigger. That's why it's going down further, I think. Their selection is shorter than ours. Yeah. But essentially that did go down, and this should be the 8 blocks now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. And this is from the top of our selection down to that 8th block that we had last time. So, yeah, that makes more sense. So essentially this is saying go from the bottom of the selection. So less than is saying go from the bottom of the selection up to plus, you know, so you have to use that number at the bottom. Go to from this number at the bottom of the selection plus the 8 blocks. And then this is saying go from the top of our selection down to that 8th block, if that makes sense. So leave 8 blocks at the bottom is what this is essentially saying, but put the rest in stone. Or we could say just, I guess, a different block. We could do like 9, 5, 9 or something. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll use some different colored glass instead of stone. That might make more sense. But yeah, if we were to go ahead and undo that, and we go contract 5, and we just keep that, wait, if I spell it right, and we keep that same selection, and we do that same exact command, it should, yeah, so we contracted 5 blocks, it should only go from the top of our selection. So yeah, yeah, that confirms that. Cool. So let's continue reading here. However, the only reason our command is placing 8 rows and not more is because of our selection. Okay, yeah, they basically described what I just did in that little thing right there. Okay, cool. So let's actually go back up to the key really quick, because we don't need to worry too much about all this stuff, but we do want to look at this. Okay, looks like we skipped quite a bit of stuff here. What are expressions? Oh, okay. Of course, we skipped a lot of stuff, but this is going to be important. Okay. Where did we go? Okay. Yeah, we did just click on the reference for that one thing. That was all we were doing. Okay. So I was basically just trying to get a hold of equals, but we do need to sort of go down here and maybe skip the key for a sec and get the let's go over the expression stuff. I think that's important, because the key, we can't go over all the key until we really get through the basics, you know. All right, so expressions at its most basics are just calculations, returning a value based on our input. Think of the expressions as what you would put into a calculator. World Edit even explicitly has a / calculate command. Yeah, that's essentially what / g is too, I think. I don't want to just be spitting wrong words, but I'm pretty sure / g is basically what the same as / calculate. Or no, I think //g is more like specifically complex math, not just like functions and what's the three-letter ones. I'm sure they're in here somewhere. Anyway, so yeah, 1 + 1 times 2. So yeah, these arithmetic operations that you may be used to, such as plus, subtraction, multiplication, division. I forget. Yeah, exponentiation. Percents are, I guess, modulo in our expressions. So that percent and 1 there. I don't know what that is exactly. Okay, that one's a little bit beyond me right now. All right. Additionally, there are Boolean operations that work to return true/false values, which we will look at in our next section. There are 3 ways to use expression syntax in WorldEdit. The first being aforementioned //calculate, and then the second being defining a mask. So WorldEdit documentation masks. I mean, I know what masks are, but we will go over here real quick because masks are a thing. That's essentially like hashtags. I think the little swirlies. So around blocks, being able to put other blocks around other blocks. Offset blocks from blocks. So like when you set them, they're offset off of the other blocks that were selected. There's a lot of different things you can do. Region masks, so that it only pastes the blocks within a specific place that you specified. Yeah, there's a lot of different masks and stuff, but that's essentially what this is saying. And we know a lot about masks, at least I do. Especially if you've watched my streams and stuff in the past, I use masks a lot in my commands and stuff. So yeah, masks are definitely an important, and it's an expression syntax. So we do know stuff, a little bit of stuff. I have a little bit of knowledge about that. Okay, so thirdly, you have them as a part of a command like generate. So //g is what I was talking about. Yep. Where your block pattern is placed on the blocks that match your expression. Okay, yeah. So that's that's for specific expressions that match block types. Okay. We'll just move on. The 2-letter ways, however, do not evaluate the given expression just a single time. When we define a mask or run generate, what happens is that the mathematical expression we give is evaluated by WorldEdit on every block in our selection with their expression coordinates. Okay, so what exactly happens with that block depends on the output of the expression. What we will start this guide by doing or going through is some examples using the expression masks with replace. So replace equals expression and then pattern. Okay. In case you're not familiar with modulio, I think that's how you say that. A%B computes the remainder of dividing A by B. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. It's just remainders. Okay. So if you do not have Huawei, just use WorldEdit. You need to omit the square brackets. Just use the syntax. Replace. Yeah. So if you're just doing this as single pair WorldEdit, this is what you have to do. But we are using Huawei, so we will have to be putting the brackets and stuff. Okay. So true and false. The expression will return whatever it has calculated by the end point, and in this case, the expression mask. If it turns true, then the block passes the check, and is considered part of the mask. And will be modified by the rest of the command. False, then it will not. Got it. Yeah. So replace 1 equals 1 green. Replace equals 0 yellow. Okay. So 1 is true, 0 is false. So, wait. No matter what I put here, this should be false, right? If I just select there and I do a little equals yellow, it'll just always not place anything. That's just always false. Yeah, 0 is always false. Okay. I think that's basically what it's saying. Yeah. So, I mean, that's just, I mean, we'll find out here. 0, false. Okay. In these examples, we are given just a single number, 1 or 0. The expression to return. These are synonyms with true or false, respectively. Yeah, okay. Synonyms, because 0 is always false, I guess. Because 1 is true, even then every block in our selection passes the mask and will replace with green. However, in the second one, 0, false for every block, meaning they do not pass the mask check and will not be modified. You can think of this like a standard replace command where you want to replace one block with another. So stone, air. Okay. I mean, it would have been better if you said, if you kind of related to this one. So we'll say, so you replace air, or no, replace red wool with green wool, right? So it's because they already have red wool there, right? So red. Let's do this like they're doing. So let's put this here. Boom, boom. Okay, so replace yellow. Yeah, so that's going to be false. And if we do this as a 1, it'll do yellow. Yeah, okay, go. And then essentially, if we do... it's the same as doing... That command that we just did there is the same as doing / replace red. Or, I mean, technically we could just do replace yellow. But it's more the same as doing... They're saying it's more the same as doing replace red wool, or red with yellow. Okay, so that's essentially what they're saying that command, this command is replace red with yellow. Sort of right here. Okay. This command replaces any stone block with air. So where the block is stone, that is equivalent to true and false for any other block. Expanding. Moving to a more useful demo, we say we had a 16 block high region. We wanted to change the bottom 8 layers to glass and the top 8 layers to stone. This is what we were going over before, right? Yeah. So this is where we started going over things. So yeah, this is basically the... So I'm struggling to find... I mean, this obviously isn't really as... So, okay. Let me just try to put my head around this real quick, because I'm struggling a little bit here already. I just want to understand this. So yeah, obviously, if we're just kind of going by their thing with the stone, we can select a stone block and we do, you know, stone with air. Oh, jeez, if I can type. Yeah, so that's what that is, and that's saying equivalent to saying true and false for any other block. So I kind of want to know what the difference between that and saying, like, say doing this in world, just doing replace air. Like, what is the equivalent of that in sort of this thing here as well? I'm curious with that, because that seems different to me. Maybe it's not. I don't know, because like you're specifically writing, oh, I want stone to be replaced in the first one, but with just replace air, you are literally able to do any block you select. Like, it doesn't matter. It will replace it with air, right? But if I were to do that stone air, it has to check that block is stone, right? So is the check, this is the check, essentially? Okay, yeah, I mean, okay, never mind. That's essentially what it's saying. This is the check that for it. And it's the same as this. So this is the check. It's checking that it is indeed stone that you're replacing. Because if you're just selecting any little block, whatever, you can't just replace that with air, obviously, right? Unless you're actually selecting stone, then it'll replace that stone. Okay. So let's move on. We kind of already went through the this part here with the expanding stuff, but we'll go over this a little bit more anyway because we didn't really read this part here. Okay, and we'll need to go back to the key, I think, anyway. So these coordinates are reflected in the built-in variables, yeah, x, y, z, yeah. So we can see here our lowest y level is 65, and we changed so that we all are on the same page here. First, we look at just changing the bottom layer 65, and we can achieve this solely by using equals, the operator equal, which we just, yeah, we did go over that one in the key already. In our example here, you should know that you cannot use the relative coordinates for expression masks. When we get to generate, then we can start using relative coordinates. Okay, so I think by that they mean you have to put in the right coordinates, your right coordinates for the thing to work. I think relative just means whatever coordinates. At least I think that's what they're trying to say. I mean, as far as I can tell, because if I just put in, like if I just tried to do that same exact expression that I did up there, way down here with these negative coordinates, negative 60, I don't think it's going to do anything because it's checking for that negative 60, essentially, or negative 65, or positive. Gosh dang it, positive 65. Yeah, so 0 blocks. Yeah, because that's the check. It's checking that you are indeed at 65, and then you want to place that glass at 65. Okay. That's what I'm going to start calling these. These are just sort of check. This is the check, and then this is the do it, you know? It's checking for the right thing. I mean, that's sort of, it's a really stupid, simple way, but, you know, that's how my brain is sort of doing it. But, yeah, it's obviously more complicated than that still. Okay, so we're going to still stick with the 65 up here because that makes things easier. And we went over this. This is the negative, or we'll just kind of quickly go over it again. So the 65 is placing the blocks at 65. Whoops. What did I just do? I think I just accidentally added a new tab. Okay. Anyway, sorry. 65 is placing the blocks at 65. And then if we go down here, this 65 plus 8, which is y less than 65 plus 8. Essentially, it's saying it's at 65 and then place those blocks and then plus 8. And that is 8 blocks tall. So 65 counts as one of the blocks technically. And then we can do the opposite by doing less than equals, and the equals essentially has to be there because of, where is it again? Oh geez. The greater than or equal to, essentially, instead of it just being less than 65 plus 8. It needs to be greater than or equal to 65 plus 8, because you're placing it below your selection. So it does also still, again, depend on your selection. So if my selection was lower, like we said last time or earlier, it'll place the blocks lower from the top of our selection. And of course, they're using only a 16 high selection, so that's different. Sorry. That's why that's a different height. Okay. And continuing on, we'll just go from here. However, the only reason the command places 8 rows and not more, yeah, it's because of the selection. So yeah, that's the last thing that we kind of went over. And now we can get on to this part where we're going to start getting into the more things. I think before we do that, what page are we on? 15? Let's go back up to the key really quick because we can just kind of, I think no, we don't want to go over those. Where is it? Oh, wow, the key's way higher than that. Okay. Yeah, this stuff. We want to go over sort of the percent and stuff like that, I think, before the next one. So, yeah, these are all pretty straightforward. We have subtraction, multiplication, division, and then the modulo, in short, for x equals x percent 3, modulo 3, I guess. So power and assign. So yeah, the power to the power of whatever. Yeah, I think I don't really know. I guess just percent is essentially what you would call this. I'm guessing. So it's like the percentage of something. Or I guess it's the remainder of, so it's still just like the percent, sort of. No, that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Whatever. I'll just pretend like I don't understand that one for now. Because I don't. All right. I think we can skip through past these maybe. Yeah, I don't think we want to go over that yet. Negate. So subtract is inverse value of x. And then the swirly. No, I don't think we want to go over those either yet. Okay, we'll leave all these other ones for later. Okay, we'll get on with the doc, and we're on page 14. Cool. Okay, so we can of course combine other operations in interesting ways with our expressions, such as using the modulio operation to replace every third layer of the selection with a block, or whatever multiplier all coordinates together gives you. Okay, so so every third block or every whatever block, essentially this percent thing is saying every block, every this many do place this, essentially. So let's go ahead, copy this, and see if we can kind of explain what's going on here. So if we go back up, we want to see the key here again. Okay. So yeah. So essentially we have the 0. I know it's not blue. It should be blue, by the way, when you're using normal Huawei, but my perms are messed up on the server. At least it's working right now. It's just the perms are kind of being jonky and saying that this isn't a command, but it's definitely a working command. Actually, did I switch the plots that we're on? We're going to go to this plot now. So from here to here, and this one, it's still important. Oops, let's paste that in. Or actually, sorry. It seems like, yeah, this one, it's not important anymore to put the coordinate. So essentially with this, we don't have to worry about that. We're just saying in our selection, we want to place blocks, or we want to place stone every third block. That's what this 3 is. So that's what this y %3 is. So the modulio 3, saying place a block every 3 blocks. And this is just saying, yes, do it. As far as I can tell. I might be wrong about that, but yeah. So if I kind of get, let me just, let's kind of make this 1. Oh, okay, so that's not saying, yes, do it. That's sort of the thickness, I guess. So, still not quite understanding. We'll probably have to get further in the doc, but I just want to see if I can kind of understand based on just this. So, simply assign the value on the right to the value or variable on the left. So x equals 6. So place equals, I see. Okay, so this is essentially replace equals and then all of this. Okay, I think I can get behind that, right? Yeah. Right? As far as I can tell, that's what that's basically saying. That first equals. It's like, yeah, the replace equals and then all of this. Okay. And that's like the expression, sort of, as it were. So like it's like x equals this is the expression, and replace is the x, sort of, I guess. That's one way to look at it, I guess. Hopefully that's actually a really actual way to look at it, but who knows? Okay, let's go back down. So let's see, more advanced tools. We want to be back up further. We went too far. Okay, cool. Yeah, right Where were we? We are... No. We're not that far either. Yeah. Where the heck were we? No, we did that. Size, 65 plus 8. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is where we were. So percent of stone. All right, and then if we make this more complicated and we use x, y, and x times y times z. So let's go back up to the key. Why does this key button not work? Okay, that's okay. Well, I don't know why that's not working, but whatever. Okay. We need to look at the x, y, and z kind of thing. Where is that? Seed x, y, z? I guess, no, that's just saying that's seed stuff. Where's just like x, y, z? I mean, that's x times y times z is essentially coordinates in this case. I mean, I guess the key's not really needed. Pretty sure that's what it's saying. Okay, well, we went too far again. Okay. So yeah. So it's saying for every block we take y level and divide that by 3. Then we see what the remainder is. For every y level, 65 returns 2 because 65 divided by 3 gives 21, with 2 as the remainder. So for example, as 2 does not equal 0, we do not set that layer to stone. Okay, so question then. For something like that, it still shouldn't matter where we're putting the selection. Like if it's not at 65, it shouldn't really matter. But I mean, obviously, I'm gonna do mine as like a taller selection and stuff here again as well. So, nope, that did not do anything. Okay, so yeah, the math does matter in this one, the selection size. So let's go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so, and then we do that. Nope, 0 block still. Wait, hold on. What am I doing wrong? Did I not copy all of it, maybe? Nope, still 0 blocks. Okay, what am I doing wrong? For every block, we take its y level, divide by 3, then we see what... So wait, why are we divide... So I guess that's because it's 2 times 1? No, that doesn't make any sense. A remainder of 2. Alright, I don't know. Okay, so 65 divided by 3. Then 2 is the remainder. Also, this command seems to not be working for me. Maybe I'm just doing things wrong. Let me, I don't know why that would work. 0 blocks. Okay, it's definitely not Gmast, right? Just to make sure, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, okay. Let me do second. Oh. Let me try. That's possibly. Whoops. First. Nope, that still didn't work. Okay, not sure what I'm doing wrong there. Actually, let me make sure. That was... Oh, hold on. There we go. Nope, still didn't work. Okay. Well, I'm stumped a little bit. I don't know why just the default command isn't even working right now. And I am at the exact same 65 height. You can see here that's 65. And we only went up to 80. Right, so... not sure what I'm doing wrong. Or if I just don't... I mean, I know I'm on far away, right? Let me, what was it? Plugins? Maybe I don't have terms for that. Unless they just, like, put it in there wrong? I don't know. Let me see if it works for someone who has full perms or whatever, just to make sure. I don't know why that would make a difference. Shouldn't, because all the other commands have been working fine. Let me... Whoa. Oops. Wait. Because it's not typing it right. Alright, let me open Discord up real quick, because that's not typing it right. Good. Yeah, alright. Paste. There you go. Okay. I don't think you did the right blocks there. Okay. Gold. Wait. Gold and emerald. Uh-oh, Zeranny's changing things. Hold on. We're getting a change. We're getting a real-time edit. Hold up, guys. Never mind. Hold up. Okay. All right. I mean, hey, this is good though, because we're finding the errors in the doc, so that's good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So what, by the way, tab gone again. I mean, like, I can't. So like if I just try to type a block, like any block right now, redstone, or just any block with A, any block with T, any block with leaves, oak, I have to type out the whole thing. I just can't. I can't tab to complete right now for some reason. It's a bug in the perms on the server. So that's why things aren't blue when I type them. So it's hard to tell if it's actually going to work sometimes too, because things aren't blue. So that's not really helping actually with this doc. Def not helping with doing this. Yeah, but yeah. Okay, let's copy the one that they just put in there, because clearly the thing just got edited. So yeah, ABS, which we're definitely gonna have to go find in the key. That. There we go. That seems more right. There we go. So yeah, I guess that counts as the gap block, and so does this. So that's why I didn't put it in those two sections right there. That makes sense. So if we were to basically expand one that way and one that way, and then do the exact same thing, it'll add then that, yeah, the second layers. It'll be like more perfect cube there, I think. So anyway, we'll undo that though, because that's not what we're trying to do. Okay. So let's continue on now because that makes more sense. But let's go back up to the key and see what ABS is real quick because I wanna understand that better. If I hope that if that's there we go. ABS returns the absolute value of a number. Okay, so absolute. That's all it stands for. It's absolute. So the absolute value of -1 is 1. So it's just saying always positive essentially. Really simply put. Weirdly simply put. Okay. So, for command 1.3.5, we are multiplying our coordinates, or we didn't really read this well enough, I guess, because now we understand absolute value of x times y times z, modulo of 2, gosh dang it, I'm already forgetting the, I really need to pull this doc up and then just have the key like on another tab. That would probably help me. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. There's a link to the key at the top right. Yeah, I know, but it's not working for me. By the way. At least, I don't know. It wasn't when I clicked on one of them. So. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. When I, here, look, I'll show you. Like, I can click on it. I mean, it's giving me I can't even highlight it. I can highlight that, but it's not letting me click on it. I think it might not work for only viewing. But maybe, I don't know. It doesn't work for me. So, okay. Here we go. Yeah. Return true when the two values are equal. Okay. Yes. Not equal, return true when the two values are not equal. Okay, so equal is equals and exclamation equals is not equal. And those kind of all, and then around, I say around because that's the mask of equivalent of a squiggly. A tilde? Is that what it's actually called? I think. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, so the ABS, so for command, it gives us 63 or 65 divided by 3 for the Y level. 65 returns 2. Okay, so this is the thing. Now, so the question is, so I can make this taller, right? I can make this selection like as tall as I want, and it'll do the exact same thing, right? Yeah. Okay. And then the question now is also, if I do this not without 65 in mind, we just randomly do this, like we do it anywhere, any place, and we do that same thing, it should, in theory, still do that grid within the selection. Okay. So this is not coordinate specific, unlike the previous ones up here are, because obviously this is specifically the coordinate of 65 plus 8, and it's checking if you're placing in 65 essentially, and then it's adding those 8 blocks into that. Anyway, so moving on, we're here again for command 1.3.5. We are multiplying our coordinates together. Together by setting the block to stone. Whatever the result, ignoring any negative sign is an odd number. The result is an odd number. Okay. This happens, so that basically means it's placing them, in a grid like that instead of all just solidly. This happens because dividing by 2 will have, that's that part, will have a remainder of 0. Okay, so this is, the remainder of 0. And then for an even and 1 for an odd number. Okay, so it's this remainder of 0 is allowing, and then this part is allowing for it to do that grid thing within that XYZ part, I guess. If I'm getting that right, I might be. I might be reading that wrong. I don't know. So you have You have to double click it. Oh, really? Okay. I mean, that's fine. As long as I can actually do it. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay, you're right. You're right. You're right. That's fine. Um, I mean, it's still better for me, like, just to have it on the aside, just so I can refer to it while I'm looking at something else too. But yeah, that's fine. Honestly, I just needed to know how to do it. I'm just dumb. Okay, in addition to this, if we wanted to, we could add in multiple extra conditions using what is called local operations. Ooh, new things to chain them together. So, local operations, okay. There are two important logical operations that we can use to either check where two coordinates return true or to check where either condition returns true. Okay, does this also apply to three coordinates? Is it 2 or 3? 2 and or 3? Curious. Or to check either condition returns true. These are logical and, as well as logical or dash dash. So this is and, so double ampersand means and then or is the two, I forget what those are actually called, but essentially splitters, I guess. It's what I use them for YouTube. YouTube titles for, you know, you put that little symbol in there and it splits the YouTube title. I legit have no idea what that symbol is called. I guess I could just Google it, right? I know the other one's called an ampersand. Vertical bar. Wow, how creative. Okay, it's just a vertical bar. That's okay. Thanks, Wikipedia. Okay. Sorry. Getting sidetracked again. We're definitely not going to make it through this talk all the way today. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I'll go a little bit further here, but we'll probably stop once we get through logical operations here, because assigning variables seems like a whole can of worms that I don't want to get into yet. So yeah, we're gonna just go over this page here and then we'll be done for today. Okay, so we got and or. We've essentially we've gotten that, and that's essentially all that this is also saying. So logical and, logical or. So x less than 16 and x modulio. Gosh, I'm gonna have to get that word in my brain better. 2 equals 0. And then this is or. But basically, you could do these two same commands, right? I mean, you could essentially, you could switch the and the or in these, right? Unless the math doesn't work in that. So x equals 0 or x is greater than 16. Okay. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, I guess, but it's hard to grasp there for not. So and an or. Okay. So expanding upon our previous example, if we want to prevent the stone from being placed above the 16th layer, we can add an extra condition. So that would be this, the and or. So this is, again, back to coordinate specific stuff. So this one, the 65 matters. So again, if we go and we plop that in there, replace y greater than 65 plus 8, and y is less than 65 plus 16. So it's saying between the 8 and the 16 there, essentially. And yep, that's what we're going to get. So I think no matter how high our selection is, we'll just look straight up and do expand like 100. And because we did specific coordinates, so 65 plus 16, or less than 65 plus 16, and then greater than 65 plus 8, we get, no matter what we do, we get those. So we can undo that again real quick. We'll just do it one more time. Bam, It'll always place in that, and essentially, no matter what, if we were to select even lower and stuff, it wouldn't matter. It would only place those blocks in that area. But we could, in theory, actually expand this way. Let's just do like 50, and then if we do that same command, it will place those blocks in that 50 that we expanded it that way. Yeah. But it'll still keep the other ones in to check. So I'm assuming that you can do a check for every single side. Not, you can do like and x and x and then y or z and z. But I think you would have to do one for both, or for all of the coordinates. So like both. Well, no, because this does. Okay, yeah, no, you would just have to do 3 more. So you would have to do one for z and one for x as well. But yeah, you would have to pay attention to your selection and all that stuff there. That would be a lot more complicated, I think, in terms of the math, for sure. Do note that brackets are also control order of operation for mathematical equations. So 1 plus 1 times 2 equals 3. But yeah, 1 plus 1 times 2 equals 4. As you calculate the part in the brackets first. Yep. PEMDAS. PEMDAS. Gotta love PEMDAS. Okay. So replace. Oh, yeah, we're not there yet. So that, all right, you know what? Yeah, I think that is actually probably a pretty good place to stop today. My stomach is getting bleh, but yeah, next week we will definitely be going a little bit more into this. I'll see if I can figure out some things a little bit better, and just I'll be going over this a lot more in my own time to hopefully understand it better in order to explain it to people better as well. Because the more I understand it, the better I can hopefully actually explain it to you guys beyond what it just says in the document, and even show you guys what beyond what it shows in the document and stuff. But yeah, I hope that at least what you've seen today has been educational and useful. It's been at least beyond what we did last time. The last time we got kind of far, and we got like to interesting stuff, but I didn't quite understand what was going on, so I think this will be a lot more useful in terms of that. But yeah, so I hope this was useful. Thank you, Zeranny, for dropping by the way. Always helpful. And hope that I helped a little bit, I guess. I hope that I'm more help than I am harm to what to what you got going. I don't mean to intrude or anything. But yeah. Anyway, I do want to keep going over this if you all enjoy it. So I hope it's educational and all that. Again, thank you all for watching. I'm sure you know how the buttons work down there by now, so do click them as you please. Pluto out.